I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where we break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. And today we do Newcastle against the Hammers. And a surprise result, really. Going away to St James's Park, you always seem to put Newcastle favourites, no matter who they're playing, even if they're playing like Man Cities or the Arsenals. There's just something about Newcastle that makes it difficult for people to play up there. But the marking on this corner here is absolutely atrocious. So we've just freeze-framed it just as the ball's almost been kicked. I think it has. It's over here somewhere. If you can spot it, spot the ball. But look at how many Newcastle players are back here in this little zone here. Let me just get rid of that. So you can see everyone's here not really doing a job. Now, you've also got a couple of other little issues I can see from where they're set up sort of defensively. They're probably 2 yards further back than where they really need to be. Now, they've probably got in their little strategy, okay, we're going to defend the 6-yard box, which we can clearly see that's what they're trying to do. But that's all well and good. But if the other team isn't set up that way and they're actually a little couple of yards off, you actually want to track them a little bit better than that. Now, we've also got a player here who's sneaking in no man's land, unmarked but kind of marked, because there's 2 players close enough to challenge for the ball, right? So when this ball's played, let's just see what the Newcastle players do. Do they drop back onto their line, or do they actually try to be on the front foot and attack the ball? As well, they don't really have anybody up here, which I'd always have someone on the D. If you watched my videos before, you'll see how many goals get scored because a player isn't here defending and actually sort of reading the game and understanding what they can do, and that's exactly how they make their runs as well. Right, now we can see those 2 players that are highlighted, one's here and one's here, and they've completely left this wee man here. He's scooted backwards away from the goal, not tracking a runner, and he is just sort of falling towards the goal. But look at how many Newcastle players are here again inside the 6-yard box. It seems like a load of them, and it just leaves a free header here for one bazooka. I think it's one bazooka. I don't know who scores it. Actually, it's not one bazooka. Scores a goal right here. Absolutely free header. Shouldn't be happening in the Premier League. And when you look at the point of contact of the ball, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Newcastle United players inside the 6-yard box, and only 1 outside the 6-yard box that may have tracked the run, and he didn't do a good enough job. All over. It's poor defending and poor play from Newcastle defensively, and they're normally quite good at the old set pieces. So yeah, should deserve better there, I think, from the Newcastle. Just going to highlight this situation here where honestly Newcastle should have scored here, but this is where the ball's going to get played. And if you, the first time I was looking at this, I go, okay, well, that's where the ball's going to go because that's the safe pass there. Clearly, this guy's going to get tackled or challenged in any way, shape or form if that ball's fizzed into there. This is the easy pass. Then he can play with him and off we go. But that's not what happens. He, for some reason, plays this ball into here. Look, bosh, in he goes. Now, immediately he needs to be playing that ball. First time, knocking it away. He's got to be getting a call that there's a man on. And his first touch it's one of those weird ones where it's kind of too good, where he stops the ball and it's too good. It's underneath his feet and he can't get it away from himself quick enough. Just watch as he moves it. Do you see? He stops it and he's tries to use his other foot. Now he's lost it. Completely gone, and off go Newcastle. Just showing you this. He puts a worldy ball into the box, but that's what we're going to talk about. The actual control in the box and the finish. Quality run in behind. Great ball. This is the advantage of winning the ball high up the field in the final third. You can just release someone with a single pass. Fantastic. But here we go. There's a control. Absolutely quality control. And to be fair, I'm putting my money on this wee chappie to score because I actually quite rate him. The keeper does a good job. He really does do a good job here. I don't think it's so much the finish. I think it's the keeper. He's anticipated this and come off his line a little bit, and he's actually shutting the angle down, making it very difficult for the striker to do anything. And he just enough. He's sort of on the sort of half turn fall over, and I'm disappointed that he doesn't really get it on target. But that's all because the keeper's come out and shut that angle down. His first touch is brilliant, and he needs to really do better. Now this is classic terrible Premier League defending 101. All he's going to do is run with the player here. Well, you're a defender, mate. You're supposed to try to win the football. He doesn't in any way, it doesn't even cross his mind. All he's doing is jogging with the guy. And for someone like Jared Bowen, you're giving him the opportunity to do something with the ball or find a pass or do anything. You cannot stand off a player and just let him run with the ball. You've got to slightly curve your run. So as he's running this way, you've got to slightly curve it to shut the angle down and then make a point of contact where you can try to win the ball. So as we move this forward just a little bit, about there, you can see he's almost running away. Well, he is running away. He's actually running back and keeping that distance the same, where he wants to narrow that distance. He's not doing anything there at all. He's just basically going, mate, you can have the ball. I'm not coming to tackle you. And here comes the backup. The moment this backup is coming, you know that you can go for the ball and he's going to cover the space in behind you. That is basic defending 101. The one guy's pressuring, the other guy's covering for him. Does he do it? No, this is the Premier League. What they end up doing is both of them stand there instead. Yay! So I'm not going to challenge. Are you going to come and challenge for him? No, I'm not going to do it either, mate. I'm going to do nothing. Now we've got a little sneaky run coming in here. We've got a sneaky run coming in here and one in here. Defenders facing the wrong way, defenders facing the wrong way, defenders facing the wrong way. They're all facing towards their own goal. They're not back on the half turn. So look at their shoulders. Their shoulders need to be a little bit more on the half turn. That would be probably a little bit too much, but something like about that, facing this way so they can read the cross coming in. And because their shoulders are there, they can see over their shoulder and watch any of these runs coming in here. But more shockingly, this run is happening and he isn't tracking him at all. Now, this is a pass right between these two players, straight between two of them. Why? Because they didn't pressure them and they would left that gap so he could actually have time to pick the ball through them. If he was 1 or 2 yards closer, that gap would have been a little bit narrower and he wouldn't have been able to pass the ball straight between the both of you. Now, because this guy didn't track his runner, well, that's standard in the Premier League. Now he's starting to run. Look at him. Oh, no, I've got to get back. It's too late. He's inside the box, and all he's got to do is try to hit the target. Maybe he should have been reading the situation more, but he really shouldn't have been. This guy should have been covering that space immediately when he's making the run back. He's got someone pressuring the ball. We can see there's space in the half space, and he should have come back and covered it. He didn't. So both players are useless. Both players are getting taken out by a simple pass. Is his first touch decent? No. Not really, but it gives him an opportunity. Well, why is it not good? I'll tell you. It's because he's bounced a little bit too far away from him. It really is. And it hasn't set it up in front of him. He's actually kind of got it a little bit caught under himself there. But does he get himself off a good strike to make up for his awful, awful first touch? No, he doesn't. He has a stutter step. Oh, it's so frustrating when players do this. So I'll talk about this in a Barcelona video that I've got coming out during the week. These are little stutter steps of things that problem coaches have all of the time when they're trying to polish out certain bad techniques. That's a bad technique, and it's almost impossible to polish that out of a player when they're actually in the habit of taking that, because that little stutter step is all the time a defender needs to get back. But he doesn't keep running. Look, he stands his ground. Instead of keep running to block the ball, he stands his ground, and then we get a little kick into the corner of the net box. Let's watch it go in. Yay, look, he's really happy. Well done, mate. Hammers winning away from home on a Monday. Apparently, there's a statistic. I think they've won 8 of their Monday night games. If you're ever after a cheeky bet, maybe have a look at the Hammers record, because don't quote me on that. Don't think it's right. I think it is 8. I think it's 8 Monday night games, yeah. Look that up and put yourself on a cheeky one in a couple of weeks when they play on a Monday night. Other than that, I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.